All right, today we're going to be talking about our projects that we're going to be creating with our art buddies. So for our Chia pets, a few things that I have here. I already have the piece of clay started to make my pinch pot, and just a few things. I'm going to continue to drill just a little bit. Then I turn and pinch, and I continue to do this. Now this is going to be the shell, or like the back of my project. The next thing that I'm going to do is, if you have any cracks or anything that's really kind of a mess, what I recommend is that you get it back together, and not just by blending it, but kind of rough it up a little bit. So I'm going to go over the clay surface and kind of take my toothpick tool here and just kind of like go over the surface of that, and then I'm going to blend it. That's going to bond it together much better than if you just did it blending over the surface. All right, next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to attach the head and the legs and the tail that I all have here. All right, so usually what we do is I tell you that you're going to score and slip. We're actually going to do something a little bit differently with this, partially because we have the red clay and I don't want it to get all over everything. So what we're going to do is, you do still have to slip. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over the surface, going back and forth. And an alternative to slip, which we've never used before, is actually vinegar. So this is my vinegar. It is apple cider vinegar, to be exact. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to put the apple cider vinegar on there. And what happens is, the apple cider vinegar is a acid. It's got a little bit of an acid to it, acidity to it, and that breaks down the clay body just a little bit so that it is able to adhere two pieces of clay together. So in our project, because we're trying to go for a little bit of speed and time here, working with our projects for our art buddies, it's going to be a whole lot easier to do vinegar. It is definitely a second choice for me, but in this instant, it's going to work for us. All right, once again, making sure that you are roughing up the clay surface on both parts, wherever you're going to attach it. So I'm going to take this and attach it on to, you know what, I'm going to have him right there. So I'm going to take this, and they go on here. I don't know if I want that to go here. You know what, I'll have them stand. All right, so you're going to go ahead and make sure that they are kind of secure. You might need to hold it there for just a little bit. If you don't think it's going to stay very well, then another step that I would recommend is just take a moment and blend the two together. So I'm going to just take that and kind of blend over the surface to make it a little bit more bonded and sturdy. And don't forget that whenever you start adding the texture onto the back of the Chia pet, you are going to need to support it from the inside. So kind of just put your fingers on the inside, and you can let your stamp go over the back. This is, you're putting your fingers on the inside of this to make sure that the stamp, and when you're pressing on it, it doesn't cave in. All right, enjoy.